Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm back again with another video. Yes, it has been a minute, but I finally got the fibroid removal surgery. So stay tuned if you want to hear more about that. Yes. So I ended up getting my surgery last Thursday on 7/7 at 6:30 in the morning. I just want to talk about some of the things that I had to do beforehand and then the process and then the aftermath. From a beforehand perspective, they wanted me to do a few things. I needed to use some specific wipes the night before I got to the hospital. I needed to drink a special drink before I got there. And I couldn't drink or eat anything after 10 p.m. And I couldn't drink anything after I drank the surgical drink that they gave me. I did all of those things before I arrived. I arrived at the hospital on time with the person who will be dropping me off, or who did drop me off, and then who's picking me up. So it has to be the same person. I go through the preliminary process. I fill out the paperwork that I need to fill out. Maybe that whole process was about 5 minutes. I go sit down in the waiting area. I barely sit down and I'm getting called to the back. At this point, the person I came with, the person picking me up, they leave and I'm in the back. Nurse starts asking me questions. The questions are, am I pregnant? Do I have any metal in my body? Did I drink the drink that they gave me? Did I use the wipes? All those things I answer yes to. When was my last period? My last period was back in May sometime, but that's only because they've had me on a medication called agestin that they used to thin out my uterus lining to make the surgery process easier. So I haven't had a period since May, and my next period that I'm set to have is probably sometime at the end of this month or at the beginning of the beginning of next month. So we go through that process. After I do that, I change out of my clothes and I change into the gown. I lay in the bed. I get asked more questions. Someone comes in and puts an IV in either of my hands. He leaves. The anesthesiologist comes in and asks his questions, asks me, do I have any questions? He leaves out. At that point, I may have watched TV for 5 minutes or so, and or maybe a little bit longer than that. And then the last person to come in was the person who was actually taking me to the OR. From the time I got in the back at around 6:30, I was being wheeled to the OR around 7:45. Oh, before I was wheeled to the OR, the doctor who was performing the surgery, along with her resident student, came in and they introduced themselves briefly and then they left out. So after that, the last person to come was the person wheeling me to the OR. So now we're on our way to the OR, getting wheeled down the hallway. We're conversing back and forth. We're talking about TV shows on our way to the OR. I get there. Everyone who I've already met is there, the same exact people, with the addition of maybe 2 to 3 more people whom I haven't met. At that point, I had to transfer myself from the bed that I was in onto the OR table. I do that. They ensure that I'm centered on the table. They tell me to lay my arms out at either sides. There's like arm rests there to hold both of my arms. The anesthesiologist pumps something into the IV. This is what's going to knock me out. And then they're just like, just relax. And they put a breathe-in mask over my face and they're just like, just relax. Somebody was holding my hand and someone counted down from 10, but I don't even think we got to 1. So I was out. And the next thing that I remember was me waking up in the recovery room. We originally thought I had 3 fibroids, so that's what was shown during the MRI and on the ultrasound, but there was a total of 4 fibroids instead of 3. So they removed all of those. I woke up in the recovery room. When I woke up in the recovery room, I was extremely cold. I was cold. I was kind of discombobulated, and it wasn't one of the types of cold where you need a sweater. It was like my internal temperature was cold. So I was trying to warm up. I was given apple juice, orange juice, able to sit there and wake up and get my bearings together. They asked me about my level of pain at that point, which I couldn't all the way tell. I knew that I was in pain a little bit, so they did give me something for that. The time that I woke up to the time that I was putting my clothes on was probably 30 to 40 minutes. I did have to walk to the restroom. They do want you to walk before you go home. So I walked down the hallway to the restroom. I used the restroom. I was able to use the bathroom. It was a little bit uncomfortable just due to the catheter that they placed, but I was able to use the bathroom. Walked back to the bed recovery area, and at that point it was time to put back on my clothes and go home. Luckily, all my medications I needed had already been picked up. My ride was waiting for me downstairs. All I needed to do was put my clothes on, get down there. So I was wheeled down there in a wheelchair, and I was on my way. How it is now and how it's been over the last couple of days. The first day, I really didn't feel anything at all. They put a anti-nausea patch they put one behind my ear that I wasn't to take off until 5 p.m. the next day. I obviously had all kind of, medications coursing through me still, so I didn't feel anything the first day. I ended up walking around the grocery store, getting some food. It was a brief walk around, but I got some food, and I came home and I have, just went to take it easy, sit down. It is recommended that you make sure that you get up and walk enough. So, drink a lot of water, do a lot of walking, and stay up on your medication schedule. Because one thing, and luckily I haven't been in that position to be chasing the pain, but you don't want to get in the position of chasing the pain. So set your alarms or whatever you need to do in order to stay on the schedule, so you're not chasing pain. They did prescribe laxatives because of all the medication. You will need it. And also you cannot have a bowel movement for up to 7 days. Luckily I ended up having one before then, but you don't want to be straining. So make sure that you take the laxatives. What else I found in addition to the laxatives was prune juice. Maybe just a cup of prune juice a day, just to ensure that you're regular, or like you stay regular. Because it's easy to get constipated just with all the medications and everything. So that is pretty much what I've been doing. It's day 5 recovery. I feel good. I'm not in any pain. I feel supported. I wear the belly support, pretty much like all day, just to make sure that my incisions aren't getting rubbed against or anything. And yeah, the process has been pretty easy. I'm not just, I'm not in a bunch of pain. I'm not immobile. Like, I'm still able to do, do like just regular things, just making sure that I'm not straining or bending down too much, or, just straining anywhere, lifting or dragging or pulling anything too heavy. So yeah, that is how my process has been thus far. I feel really good. I'm glad that there's no more fibroids down there. I'm looking forward to what my next period will be like, and kind of the flow of what it'll be. I'm sure it'll be significantly lighter. I'll come on here with an update for you guys probably then, or I might do like maybe like a 4-week post-op video or something, just to continue with the updates and everything. But yeah, I think that's all I have for this video. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything, just leave it down there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye. Yeah, so I just wanted to show the belly support that I got off of Amazon, and just like how it goes on, and it's way more comfortable than what you're given at the hospital, obviously. But yeah, it's a 2-part belly band. They give you this part for your pelvis, and then this part is to go around your stomach. Okay, so yeah, we got this bad boy fully on. And yeah, super comfortable. The 2 parts, the pelvis strap is on nice and secure. The belly part is on super secure. And yeah, it's really, really comfortable. But yeah, I just want to show you guys that.